This afternoon, our movie reviewer Matt Perrone gives us a take on a flick that's getting Oscar buzz.
Welcome to another Monday. In my review on Friday, I said that The Last Jedi would pull in upwards of $200 million. Well, call me a seer, because it actually made about $220 million, making it the second highest opening ever, falling just behind The Force Awakens. It completely decimated the box office, but unfortunately I did that review a couple of days ago, so I had to find something new to do for today. If I'm looking at my calendar correctly, this is my last review of 2017, since the next two Mondays are major holidays and we will not be having a noon show. The other new wide release this weekend was Ferdinand, which wasn't even on my radar, so I decided to do something a little different. There is a Netflix original movie that is the first one of its kind to be getting some Oscar attention, so I started streaming, and here's my take on the World War II era drama Mudbound. Our film begins in 1940s Mississippi. Two families work on a farm. The McAllens are the owners, while the Jacksons live and work on the farm and constantly dream of being able to own their own land. Henry McAllen is the head of his family and Hap Jackson the head of his. Both families have a member drafted into the war, and the Jacksons are especially fearful as it is their young son Ronzel who heads overseas. Over time back at the farm, the two families manage to live and work together despite some obvious lack of mutual respect. As the movie progresses, both Ronzel and Henry's brother Jamie return from the war physically uninjured but both mentally changed. After an episode of PTSD, Jamie finds an unlikely friend in the shared experiences of Ronzel. The two begin to spend all of their time together and share with each other what truly brings them pain. Jamie is struggling with watching all of his friends killed in a bombing raid over Europe. He's also dealing with his extremely racist father, not thinking he's much of a man since he didn't kill people face to face. Ronzel struggles with not only watching all of his tank brothers killed in front of him, but with the fact that in Europe he was treated as an equal. People celebrated his being there. He had a stable relationship. Now that he's back in rural Mississippi, he has to deal with being treated as a lesser human again. The two gain strength from each other, but their friendship is found to be threatening to older-minded people. We soon see that the horrors of war sometimes are lesser than the horrors of an unfair life. So, what to say about this one? I had seen that this movie may be in line to receive a Best Picture nomination. The thing that hurts it is that it is a Netflix film, so it's not actually playing in theaters. When I clicked on it to play the other day, I had no idea what it was about other than the brief write-up shown next to it on the streaming service. At first, it's a little hard to figure out what's happening since it begins very dark and brooding, but then it jumps back in time and we get to see everything that leads up to those final scenes. The cast is fantastic. Well-known actors that I really like, such as Jonathan Banks and Jason Clarke, do an amazing job of being able to make me despise them. And wow, does Mary J. Blige just show up on screen and steal the show. The funny thing is, I knew I recognized her, but was amazed to find out that it was actually her when I looked it up. Like all movies about this era, it kind of leaves you flabbergasted that this was going on not all that long ago. It's extremely powerful and shows experiences can break any prior programming. This is one of those movies that, although under the radar, I feel tells an amazing story and definitely should not be shunned come awards time. I'm definitely glad that I took it in, and with it being on Netflix, it's easy to fit into your day whenever you have a couple of hours. Well, as many as complaints as I've heard all year about the box office, 2017 has been one of my favorite years of movies since I've been doing this, so here's to hoping 2018 can follow in stride. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. I'll see everyone next year, and back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. Keep it here. We have one last look at your 7.